This podcast will fail. And that's probably okay. But then again, I could be wrong. So, who really knows? Episode 66. And this podcast will fail. Hello there. I'm just some guy. And, man, I feel weird. Today, I guess it's time to stop and take stock of where I am at the moment, specifically physically where I am at the moment. So today is the something of December 2020. It has been one hell of a year. And I have spent the year trying to dodge the virus at every possible conceivable juncture. It's been stressful. It's been difficult. It's been downright scary many, many, many times. I have felt, successful so far. I don't really know, because there's the whole idea that part of the COVID-19 pandemic, and probably the most dangerous and destructive part, is the fact that people could be carrying and sharing this virus without ever popping any kind of symptoms whatsoever. And that's the scary part. So I wear a mask everywhere I go. Even the fact that I have to work in a building every single day, people are required to wear masks when they're not at their desk. Okay. My desk is essentially a 5.5 foot wide, 2 foot deep, typical cubicle cow milking station, like any good office space has. The walls are low, though. The walls are only 4 feet tall, 4 feet tall. So you get a lot of wall hangers. You get folks that'll try to visit other people's desks and hang on the wall to have a conversation. No, 6 feet back, please. Step back. I happen to sit in a rather high traffic area as well. So, again, I choose, this is my personal choice, to continue wearing my mask even when I am at my desk and it's not strictly required. That's just what I'm going to do. Okay. So then becomes the question and the issue of stores. Same thing, right? I've talked at length about ducking in and out of grocery stores and shopping centers, and of course it's the almighty Christmas season, so unfortunately it can't be avoided. And the only real signposts I've had, the only way I've been able to tell that we're even marginally successful in avoiding this virus, is the fact that on several occasions my 2 college-age children have tested negative. At one point my wife also got tested because of her job situation, working in a public library and needing to visit her father, who is at risk. She got tested negative, obviously. I would have said something by now. And nobody has experienced any of the classic symptoms in my household. Nobody has popped a fever. I check my temperature daily. Nobody has lost sense of taste and smell. Nobody has had, debilitating fatigue. And other than myself, I'll get to me in a minute. But other than the basic level of asthmatic life that we live for several of us in the house, nobody's had difficulty breathing. And for me, no more so than usual. Sort of. So, it's been bugging me for weeks and weeks and weeks. I've just been feeling off. And in almost every case, I have turned around and justified that by just the stress and the anxiety and the underlying medical issues that I do have. Yes, I have had asthma my entire life, back to like 6 or 7 years old. I have seasonal allergies on top of the asthma. I am particularly prone to sinus infections and sinus headaches and congestion and chest congestion this time of year, right? I'm the type of person that when the temperature goes up or down 5 or 10 degrees more or less, I'm in for some type of event, right? Be it my head getting stuffed up really bad, or my sinuses getting inflamed, or my lungs just having a really bad day when it comes to drawing air. Those things happen. They've happened for years. They happen regularly. I'm used to it. I am not used to it being this long. Now, this is also not a typical weather year either. Yes, the climate is changing. The climate's been really weird around here. In my part of the country, when I grew up, it's generally, a foot of snow or more by the beginning of November, right? Snowstorms, plenty of Halloween snowstorms when I was growing up, right? Now it seems like the snow barely hits. We've had 2 total snow events since November, maybe one in October that all lasted about a day and then melted off the next day. The temperature has ping-ponged and what's that other thing called? Yo-yoed up and down from 40 degrees to 50 degrees to 30 degrees to 60 degrees to 40 degrees to 55 to 37 to 62. It's like calling football plays as to what the what the next day's weather is going to hold. Now today, it's cold. It is freaking cold. It is like, 38 degrees out there today. There was snow overnight. I had to brush off the cars this morning. And there's a good crust of ice and snow out in the normally green pastures that I sit and park here in this wonderful little park. I don't think it's going to stay that way. Now, quick look at the weather report shows that we're in for 40-something degrees tomorrow, 50-something degrees after that. This up and down weather is going to continue to ping pong. So it's natural for me to assume that my experience with these types of symptoms is also going to ping pong and keep coming and going. Not a bit of this has been any good for my mental health in any way. Like, I've had sleepless nights laying there wondering, questioning, wake up in the middle of the night and feel okay, wake up in the middle of the night and not feel okay, sit up at night, just trying to settle in for the evening, and almost every night at 9 o'clock my sinuses start up and I can feel the pressure building and things are a little squirrely. So pop a handful of ibuprofen and go to bed. Try to sleep it off. Last night was really weird. Last night I had like this faint trace of almost cigarette smoke that I thought I was detecting way up inside in the back of my nose, which made no sense, even to the point it was so distinct that I even asked my wife, okay, did somebody walk, can you smell cigarette? Did somebody walk past the house? Because we don't have a lot of frontage in front of our house to the sidewalk. No, that's all you. Questioning like crazy. Questioning. Should I just go get a test? Should I? My area here only just recently started offering asymptomatic testing. And in some weird ways, I kind of missed the boat on being able to do that because they had these huge open house events at a couple of the colleges and spots like that. Now there are 3 or 4 opportunities for asymptomatic testing that are by appointment only, and the appointments are booking out like 5-6 days. So, is it really significant enough that I need to pull this trigger and go get this testing done before Christmas? By the way, is in a week and a half. The boys are coming home from school, right? And last night, I think there was up to a certain point last night, I was absolutely convinced that I needed to get registered and try to go get a test today. Well, no, actually, it's not going to happen as soon as this Friday. Oh, I see. And then it's a week from then, after that the boys come home on a Friday, the 18th. Okay. I'm stuck. I'm literally stuck, and I don't know how to move right now. I don't know what move is appropriate. I don't know what is overreacting. I don't know what is just pure anxiety taking over. And fear, right? I don't want this in my house. I don't want to suffer through this illness. Oh, okay. There's one more facet of this whole thing. This is why I'm questioning. Okay? The reason why, even though I don't have any of the classic symptoms, fever, fatigue, shortness of breath, and loss of taste and smell. I don't have those big four. Nobody in my house has had them. Here's why I'm still worried. I have now one of my employees who unfortunately did test positive, thankfully working from home, never popped any one of those four symptoms either. They had significant head congestion, runny nose, some coughing, but never ran a fever, never lost taste and smell, and tested positive. Now, this person, I think, did relay to me that they had a bit more feeling run down, right? Feeling just tired and run down. Okay, well, that's a trigger. That's scary enough, right? But then, yesterday, I run into an employee, doesn't work on my team, works almost on the other side of the building, but I kind of know them in passing, sort of the collegial workplace acquaintance. And I had gotten notification a couple of times last week and the week before. HR notifies everybody in the building, attention employees. HR has confirmed that there have been an individual in the building recently on these dates who tested positive for COVID-19. Contact tracing has begun. If you have not heard from us, do not be concerned at this time. Continue to do social distancing, continue to mask, washing hands, and the whole thing. So we knew that there's been at least 4 people now in the past several weeks that have been inside the building, walking around. Thankfully, hopefully, and everybody's been pretty good about keeping their damn mask on, but not at their desk. Okay. And I'm pretty sure that my building doesn't have like the air vents in the ceiling are not sucking air up. They're blowing air down because it's cold and there's heaters and air conditioners. Okay. So those people have been in the building. So this is one of them, walks by me and says, "Oh, hey, how are you? I haven't seen you." And yeah, I survived the Rona. What the hell did you just say? Survived the Rona. Okay, now let's start ticking off bells. So you're one of them. First point of order is relays the story to me that, decided to go to the big open house event, the one I told you that I missed. Decided to go to the big open house event, drive-through clinic, shove a thing up your nose, we'll call you in a few days. Got the test results back. And the test results apparently were confusing. And the test results, according to this individual, said COVID-19 positive, but then on the box next to it, it said not detected. Now, clearly, something else must have been not detected, but this individual didn't understand what they were reading and said, "Oh, it says not detected, so I must be okay." So they came into the building. And then apparently, thankfully, within a couple of minutes of entering the building, they got a call from the county health department saying, "Your test is positive. You need to quarantine. Here's the protocol. Please don't leave your home." Oh, I'm already at work. This person's relaying this stupidity to me in person. I'm already at work. Then you need to get the hell out of the building now. In so many words, is apparently what the county health department said. So that person was in the building, testing positive, not understanding their test results. The kicker, the final answer, the one thing that's pushing me over the goddamn edge, this person never popped a fever, never had fatigue, never lost taste and smell, and never had difficulty breathing. This person had a congested head and sinus pressure, really bad head cold, and figured I might as well be safe and get tested. Okay. So I'm hearing all that yesterday. So then I take that information home, and I'm hemming and hawing, and I'm talking to the wife, and the wife is like, okay, well, what do you want to do? And what do you want to do? And I just decided to have a moment of complete honesty, and I said, well, darling, I was actually hoping that you would tell me what to do. Can you please make the decision for me? Because I don't know what to do. So kind of quasi made the decision that I was going to go try to get tested today. And, maybe I was going to call my doctor and say, well, here's what I've got. Do you think you can give me a referral to please go get tested? Because otherwise they won't test you unless your doctor orders it, or if you happen to be at one of your pre-scheduled clinics. So I slammed 4 ibuprofen and went to bed and said, all right, we'll see how it goes tomorrow. Wouldn't you know it, I wake up this morning feeling great. I felt great. I don't know if that's just the 4 ibuprofen or what, but I felt really good when I got up today. I says, well, okay, I think maybe Mr. Man, you were in your own version of COVID psychosis last night, and you're okay, and you need to stop, and it's just your seasonal stuff, and you're going to be fine. Okay. Now, of course, by the time I finished brushing off the cars, my nose had started running, and the head congestion had started, and by the time I got to work, there's a bit of sinus pain back there. But it is snowing hard for the first time. It was coming down in a while. Okay, that can explain that. But my lungs are fine. Well, an hour later, my lungs weren't fine, and I started getting really just having to hack up, and I'm sorry for that description, but coughing, like congested lungs. That was an hour and a half ago, and as of right now, sitting here in this car in 38-degree weather, my lungs are fine. The head's basically okay. I can feel a little bit of pressure back there. The nose feels a little raw, but otherwise fine. So I don't know, man. I'm on this ridiculous roller coaster with this ridiculous virus, and I frankly don't have confidence. I don't know what to do. And the worst part is, I think to myself last night, well, what if the test comes back positive? Then what? How messed up is Christmas now? Because now I'm going to have to quarantine from my kids, and the house is going to feel weird. Then everybody else in the house is going to have to go get tested, even though the boys had to get tested on their way out of school. Oh, gosh. This is unbelievably stressful. And I haven't even really dealt with the disease. There's real people out there with real COVID-19 tragedies and suffering and loss of life and loss of loved ones. And I'm over here bitching because I'm nervous. And I can't square those two things anymore. And it's really, really reaching kind of a stressful crescendo for me. There's a big word for it, crescendo. I don't know. I don't exactly know what to think. I don't exactly know what to do. I think I have decided that I'm just going to continue on and wait and watch and listen to myself and see, do I all of a sudden exhibit a classic symptom? Does God forbid someone in my house exhibit a classic symptom? Because if anybody is going to bring COVID-19 into my house, it's either me or my wife. That's the only way it's coming in. So I guess I'm in hurry up and wait mode. I just got done saying how I hate hurry up and wait, but that's where I am, and that's all I can do. So that's it. Okay. I guess I got that all off my chest. I'm sorry to rant. If you took the time to listen to that rant, thank you. Thank you for listening to me whine and complain, and for spending a few minutes with me. Again, I sincerely hope that wherever you are, you and the people you love are safe and healthy and okay. I will come back tomorrow and hopefully talk about something else and see what else we can accomplish in this here little podcast. That's it. I'll stop there. I will talk to you tomorrow. Thank you again for listening, and I hope you have a good one.